If someone in your household has received an IBM diagnosis and doesn't want to move to a more accessible home because you love the place you're in, we get that. If you're living in a tradition-rich property and don't want to abandon your family's homestead, we understand that too. There might be others that just don't want to go through the hassle of selling, buying, and moving. Everyone certainly understands that, but unfortunately, Inclusion Body Myositis doesn't care about any of those things. Hi, Jerry here again for my IBM friends and their caregivers. Anyone looking for that perfect single-family home to allow an IBMer to live in place for as many years as possible may have a very difficult task ahead of them. There are so many factors that must be considered that a typical real estate agent will really earn their commission. Start making your needs list early and continue adding to it up until the minute you start your search with an agent. I hope this video will help you with your start of your list and maybe your home shopping process. This channel, as you know, is dedicated to IBMers everywhere. You have just been diagnosed with this relentless condition, or maybe you are a few years past that diagnosis and you are worrying yourself into a frenzy over your IBM future and current living accommodations. You realize all those steps inside and outside your home that might not be conquered with a selection of short-term stair lifts or expensive remodeling costs, and means your home address might just have to change, as it has for so many other IBMers. If your children have already flown the coop, perhaps this is the time to downsize and reconsider what your next home will have to be. I know it's difficult to leave a place you've spent so many years living in, but you'll soon realize it may not be compatible with IBM. The most important piece in your IBM home shopping puzzle is to start your relocation search early in your IBM journey. Delaying your home search process until you can no longer climb stairs quickly takes the task from a difficult level of, let's say, from a 3 or a 4 to near a 10. Your two choices are somewhere between moving a little sooner than anticipated or not being able to help move at all. Start your search as soon as you have a hunch your current accommodation probably won't work in your IBM future. But finding a suitable replacement might only be a third of the battle. Selling your existing home and the physical move itself can't be ignored and should again prompt the early start of your home shopping. The second and third important aspects of home shopping to appease your IBM future are vision and flexibility. Vision to see possibilities with some modifications and to be flexible in your trade-offs between that dream home you've always wanted and what you find to work with IBM. I'll share a few vision and flexibility examples from my last home purchase in a moment or two. We found that a video camera is an important tool. When visiting several homes in a day's time, your recollection of what feature you liked in any one home might get confused with features in other homes. Our video walkthroughs were always viewed again when at home to clear up any confusion about what features were in which home we visited. Today's cell phones and large memory cards makes capturing each home's visit an accomplishable task. Some realtors' websites also offer a video showing their assigned properties, but your video can show the negatives that might not be shown in their posting. Also take notes about possible remodeling tasks that might have to be made to make a property more accessible for you in the future, part of that vision and flexibility I mentioned earlier. My wife Cindy and I never would have bought the house we live in now if we didn't have some vision and flexibility. For one, many of the rooms were painted in very vibrant and wild colors. Painting was required to fix the appearance and was done easily before we moved in the first piece of furniture. Not a problem. The master bedroom with its double door entrance was a nice size, but the adjoining bathroom was an architectural nightmare for an IBMer, or anyone for that matter, but nothing that couldn't be made more accessible with a little planning and modifications. The 18-inch elevation height of the front door was remedied with a ramp that friends helped me build shortly before moving in. Safety considerations and thoughts, in my case a Kansas tornado, was also important. The house we purchased 10 years ago has a lower level with a long two-turn stairway that won't give me access to this lower area. But this home had a spare bedroom over an unfinished part of the basement, so we had the vision and saw the possibility to have an elevator installed later. Our home is only 4 away from the tornado siren, and this elevator gets me and my power chair down to the lower, safer level within minutes of time during storm season, and gives me access to a large recreation room in the lower level as well. Yes, we could have installed a stair lift, but I'm glad I didn't, because the transfer to and from the stair lift seat is impossible for me now, and I'd also require 2 power chairs, 1 on each level. Maybe one of the first choices you need to make is what type of home do you prefer. Leaving your options open to a ranch home, a patio home, condo, or apartment will result in the most favorable number of opportunities, although a split-level home can probably be eliminated from your list up front. We chose a ranch-style home with an open-concept living area, combination kitchen and dining area, separated bedrooms, and a full walkout basement. Our search was open for a suburban home, condo, or townhouse that still had some extra room to do some entertaining out-of-town friends and relatives. At that time, I could still muster up enough stamina to continue my woodworking hobby, although that ability only lasted a couple more years before I deemed woodworking equipment a bit too dangerous for my IBM disease. Condos and townhouses are nice if you can get all the single-level accessibility amenities you will need and you don't mind neighbors on the other side of the wall from you. Most condo neighbors are friendly and quiet until you end up with one a little hard of hearing and has the TV volume cranked up a little bit too loud and too often. As your IBM life might start with a cane, a walker, and then a rollator, then a power chair comes into your life, so extra space will be required in areas that will be frequented. It is important to look way ahead to what your IBM will probably morph into, so don't consider just your current stage. This needs to include a spacious bedroom, large bathroom, wide doors and hallways, and an accessible eating area. If the power chair user will be using the kitchen area, a mid-kitchen island might not allow room to get around, especially with a second person there too. In most cases, kitchen islands will be a taboo unless it's a monster-sized kitchen. Consider where and how the dishwasher, refrigerator doors will open, as well as clearance to base cabinets are opened. If you fall in love with a home where everything but the kitchen island is right for you, investigate what it might take to remove the island and replace the flooring if the flooring was laid around the island. Of course, it wouldn't be easy to remove the island if there's a sink or major appliance like a stovetop or dishwasher in it. Homes with sunken living rooms might work if there's room for the appropriate length of ramping for your power chair navigation, but otherwise should be avoided if you have an IBMer in the family. Here's another important tidbit. Remember your spouse's interests. Let them have an unwinding spot such as a craft room or workshop, or for whatever their interests are. A third bedroom might be converted into a craft room or office with a little advanced visionary planning. That extra stall in the garage will make a nice workshop and will offer storage space for some of those extra mobility devices you might acquire in the future. You might hate to think about it, but your bedroom is a place that someday could be your IBMer's life, something close to 24/7. It might be wise to consider the size that will not only house a hospital-sized bed, but also may have to accommodate your power chair, bedside commode, and still have room for your caregiver to use the sit-to-stand lift to help handle you. You may also require a hoist system, so a flat ceiling in your bedroom may be required for an overhead track. You will be grateful for a good-sized bathroom attached to your bedroom, as will your caregiver for obvious reasons. That bathroom will have to fit the use of that sit-to-stand lift to the toilet and floor-level shower area. There are a lot of important considerations required in buying a home for an IBMer's future. Let's list some of the points already mentioned in this video. 1. Start early. Don't wait until IBM robs you of the ability to climb even a few stairs before starting your relocation process. 2. Look for a single-level accommodation with large open areas and wide hall and doorways. 3. Minimize the need for ramps and elevators if possible, but include their addition to improve your future in your new accommodation. 4. Remember your spouse's interests. Give them their space to unwind. And 5. Explain to your real estate agent about your future with IBM and where you might be in 5 to 10 years. Try to avoid seeing how a property has served their owners in the past, but visualize how a few changes might best serve your IBM in your future. In my opinion, we are still several years away from a treatment for IBM. I was told in 2007 that a treatment was probably right around the corner. Sadly, there haven't been many advances in treatments for muscular diseases, even with millions of research dollars collected and appropriated. And if a treatment is found, it won't reverse the IBM, it may only slow its progression from its current stage, according to IBM research experts. It is your decision where you'll be living when you hit that IBM wall of immobility. Unlike consuming wine and cheese that sometimes improves with age, your IBM home shopping won't get any easier with age, and in fact might complicate your relocation tenfold. Please don't wait until it's too late. Thanks for watching this IB Myositis channel. For your reference, all episodes will remain for years to come, even after I'm done making them. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already by pressing the subscribe word below your YouTube video screen. May God bless all my IBM friends and their caregivers, and peace and prosperity to all, regardless of where you live.